3 days till I'm on the train now. Or today, tomorrow, and then Sunday is the 22nd. So, yeah, 3 days, and I'll be in the middle of nowhere on a train. Um, so yeah, that'll be lovely. It couldn't come sooner enough, but that's my own personal opinion. And now I'm just here waiting, pretty much. I still gotta pack a little bit, but for the most part, everything is gone. Like, hold on. Like, all the shelves besides the movies that I have, because I figure I'll just leave those here and out so that people can, watch them, because, you know, I'm not the only person here that likes good movies. Though I'm the only one that likes the weird shit that I like sometimes. And these are some more books that I gotta pack. A book on Ayn Rand's journals and the search for Abraxas. It's really actually funny when I'm considering where I get my sort of writing shit from, because it's like, I would describe it as a mix of Ayn Rand's journals mixed with Mark Fisher's blog posts, which is really funny juxtaposition if you think about what both of their ideological standpoints were, because Ayn Rand was from the Soviet Union, or Russia, and she witnessed the Soviet surpassing the bourgeoisie of the time in power, and upstaging them and uprising and revolutionizing, and she was directly affected by that, for better or worse, and became, objectivism is largely a long-winded justification for her support of capitalism and, ideas behind it, just removed from any sort of dogmatic, I guess, sort of Christian-influenced morality. Because her whole thing was, the rational man, the idea of, rational self-interest, and, that everyone has this sort of innate right to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, so to say. And it's interesting because it's atheistic, but it has this sort of divine rite of passage to it, that I find somewhat, I guess, queer about it. But that's that. And then Mark Fisher was obviously not the biggest fan of capitalism. He had, there's capitalist realism, The Ghosts of My Future, and, all his acid communism and hauntological posits and stuff. He was somewhat like a suicidal opposite, because, Ayn Rand lived her full life, and, there a lot can be said about, how she died, because I know people like to try and explain that away, like people like to try and explain, Crowley and LaVey and Charles Darwin and everyone else of the sorts, though. I guess in Aleister Crowley's case, even if it's not completely made up, like, the LaVey thing, because I've talked to people that knew that, were in the room. Anyway, it's like, I've talked to people that knew who were people who were in the room. Anyway, I haven't talked, Stanton wasn't in there. No, he wasn't. Anyway, trying to figure all that out. Sometimes it's a mess in my head of who was actually in the room and who wasn't for that. But anyway, the only one of those that actually makes sense in my mind is Crowley, because, they're like, he's like, I'm perplexed. I'm like, well, no shit, you're about to die. I'd be perplexed too, and say probably the same thing. Or, maybe he did it was Crowley. He could have done an Aldous Huxley before Aldous Huxley and taken some sort of psychoactive substance and died a death during a hallucinogenic trip. So that's kind of like, But I guess with Crowley, it probably would have been more like heroin or something, because that's what his vice, I think, tended to be, if I recall. Sort of like William Burroughs, that whole epoch of older artists and occultists really liked their Really liked their heroine. Just read William Burroughs' Junkie for an amazing example of that. But yeah, which I don't have out anymore because it's all packed away in this box, I think right here. Then there's more in this box right here. Then there's even more in this box, and then I got more right there to take down still. But yeah, pretty much. Then I'll get these packed up and stuff too. Then I got this stuff to get as well. But yeah, I leave the train tomorrow at some 8:30 in the morning, and yeah, basically, my work here is nearly done. Whatever that really was, actually, as work here that I had to do. Oh, there's the thing I graduated wearing. That was fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm not even in school anymore, and I'll still bash it if I want to. Fuck off. Yeah, it's basically just, you know, I'm just getting everything before I go, and pretty well doing so, I might add. I've only got so much space to take shit, but I think I got enough. I think I got everything I need. I mean, I got 2 suitcases and a soon-to-be full bag for it. You know, I mean, I even cleared this down, like, that doesn't have the vinyls right there anymore. One of them's right here now, but that's gonna have to go. And then I also gotta pack my Polaroid and shit, and, you know. Then I wonder, yeah, I guess I could redo my nails too one more time. That would probably be a good idea. But yeah, it's just a few more hours. Ooh, there's a spool of thread. I'll probably need that. Supposedly it's gonna be cold as shit when I get there. I'm an Arizonan, so I sort of overestimate my propensity for that sort of weather, but at the same time, I seem to fare pretty well in it. But I think that might be just because I don't really complain about the state of the situation I'm in, beyond, you know, stuff I actually can't control about it. So it's like, you know, like if I can control it, I won't complain about it, unless if it's so stupid that it can be complained about comedically. But yeah, ooh, I have these still. I wonder how will it work. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, this gives kind of a little, I guess there'd have to be heart maybe for that. I don't know, these remind me of either John Lennon or Lolita. Somewhere, one or the other, there's no in between, actually. John Lennon or Lolita. Oh, I guess it's the Heart-Shaped Glasses music video that it makes me think of because of my hair. Not sure how, that's weird. Because that woman is in the Epstein Files 20 times. Anyway, that's not why it's weird. I just don't care for Evan Rachel Wood. Which is funny because I never actually, I've never actually, so I've been a Green Day fan since I was in 2nd grade. Which is maybe 14, 16, no. I know it's in the double digits of years ago, but holy shit, I'm fucking old. I'm almost 20. Give me a fucking break. My memory's not as sharp as it used to be, you young whippersnappers. I'm joking, which is funny considering what I was recording and writing about yesterday. Oh, I'm gonna swipe some shooters from work. There's nothing stopping me. Oh, well, I mean, there's nothing stopping me before, but usually I have to be more discreet with it. But today, it's my last fucking day. I don't have anything stopping me. But, oh, and this just passed the 10-minute mark. There's no way I can fit this into the other thing. Unless if maybe I divide it into 2 different things. I don't know. I guess I'll keep on going with this. You know, I'll also, you know what? I guess I will put the other fucking thing out there. Why not? I have no reason not to. This and that can just serve as a bit of promotional bonus material for that mini blurb documentary bullshit thing or whatever the fuck it actually is. Because I've been I've been recording while I do stuff and as I go along, because I'm also sort of in the process of, where's my notebook? I guess, where's my notebook? I have no idea where my notebook went. Oh, there it is. Alright, so, because I've been sort of in the process of deconstructing, or, dissolving, deconstructing disillusionment with, I guess, neurotic nihilism in a sense. And I guess the impulse was at first to abandon it, but I can't abandon anything. I have to write through the whole process. And so doing that, I've been reading through Beyond Good and Evil. It started with a quick bit from the Antichrist that I was reading on Pity, which spiraled into a reread of that, and then much more. I mean, I found a jelly bean right here. It was from a pack I got yesterday, so it's still safe to eat. Anyway. What I started researching was pity and sympathy. And so I wrote some stuff about it, but I'm not going to read it now because I just decided not to, because I don't feel like reading that right now. And I'm also unsure if I already have. But yeah, there's that and that. I've got work here in an hour, then bit more packing and cleaning, then delirious debauchery when I start to drink a little or something. I don't know. I'm either gonna get weed from some customer that gives it to me, or I'm gonna get drunk. It's one or the other, not both. I don't care to get crossfaded right before I leave. That would be so fucking stupid and shitty to deal with tomorrow recovering, because I can hold my drink and I can get stoned pretty seamlessly, but whenever I get crossfaded, it gets kind of funky in the head after I wake up, which I guess I learned, just don't fall asleep whenever I do that, so I don't. But that's also, you know, I'm about to go on a train ride, and I'd rather not have to deal with that necessarily. So, you know, the fun sort of fun. And with that, I'm quite done.